Welcome to Make Gains, the channel where we break down money, mindset, and the moves you can make to level up your life. If you're about making gains financially, personally, or anywhere in between, you're in the right place. Today, we're going to be talking about 5 things that are keeping you broke. Let's get into it.
You're not using credit cards right, and this is coming from a 20-year-old. When you think of credit, one of these 3 things comes to your mind, you're definitely using it wrong. It's time to reevaluate yourself. 1, the credit card is an emergency fund. That's just wrong. 2, credit cards is a buy now, pay later. And in 3, if I have a $20,000 credit limit, I have $20,000. All those are wrong, and I'm going to tell you why every single one of them are wrong. Credit cards is not an emergency fund. If you have a $20,000 credit card and you have a brand new car, your car goes down with something like catastrophic, $5,000, you use that credit card and you only make $4,000 a month. If any other emergency happens in that time period, you're cooked. You literally have to pay around 25 to 30% interest, and you're going to be $7,000 in a hole, not to mention paying rent, getting groceries. You have kids, paying for your kid. And now you fell into the cycle of where these credit card companies want you to fall. 2, buy now, pay later is just stupid. Like, if you can't afford something, you can't buy it. If that money is not in your bank account, you want to buy those new sneakers and they're $200 and you only have $150 in your bank account, you can't afford those sneakers. That's just self-explanatory. And that goes right into number 3. Just because you have a $20,000 credit limit does not mean you have $20,000. Whatever is in your debit account, when you get paid, that's how much money you have. And if not, if you don't use it like that, you'll fall into that buy now, pay later, and you're falling right into how these credit bureaus want you to fall. You're just going to be paying interest for the rest of your life. So what you need to do is get an emergency fund. So when emergencies emerge, you have $5,000 in a high yield savings account, or in your savings account, whatever bank or credit union you work with, you can pay for that emergency and still be fine. Then when you get paid, you can start using your credit card as a debit card. Now, if you are in a situation where you're already going through this, like what I just explained, it's simple. Pay your debt off, get your credit card to 0, and then start using it the right way. You don't want to fall into the interest and minimum payment saga, whatever you want to call it. You don't want to fall into that because you're never going to get anywhere with credit. And if your credit is in a hole, I feel bad for you.
Yeah, he's exactly right. If you're using your credit card as an emergency fund, you are cooked. I mean, you can't do it because then once you have that emergency, now you're paying interest. You're behind. You've got to get ahead of that. And so if you're already in that cycle, you do need to use a snowball to pay that credit card off. Can't use a credit card if you don't have the money to pay it off at the end of the month. That is definitely something that's keeping you broke.
The average millionaire drives a 4-year-old car with 41,000 miles on it. And of course, it's paid for, and they haven't had car payments in decades, which is how they became a millionaire, because the average car payment now is over $500, about $504 a month over 84 months. If you invest $504 from age 30 to age 70, you'll have somewhere around $5 million in your Roth IRA. I hope you like your car. Our advice, knowing that cars lose 60 to 70% of their value in the first 4 years, is to buy a quality used car unless you have a net worth in excess of $1 million. Then if you want to buy a new car, you can afford to take the loss on it. But the worst car accidents, Dave, I'm always worried about buying a used car. Well, what are you driving? If you're driving a car that you bought 2 months ago, it's now a used car. Driving a car you bought 5 years ago, it's a used car. What are you driving?
I don't know if I've ever thought about it like that, but he's right. If you're driving a car, it's a used car. Might be you that used it, but it's a used car. He's right. Having that car payment is a huge financial mistake. If you could invest that car payment instead of spending that car payment every month, it would put you leaps and bounds ahead of other folks. And that's why millionaires don't have a car payment on average. Some do, but in his study, most do not. They drive a 4-year-old car with 50,000 miles. It's reliable, and that's what you should do too. That's one of those traps that we get stuck into where we feel like we need that new car. I've actually got a video about it, so go check that out after you finish this one. But do not make the mistake of tempting yourself by saying, I need a brand new car because I want to drive something reliable. Guess what? I drive a car that's over 10 years old, and ask me how many mechanical problems I've had with it. The answer is 0. I got it checked out by a mechanic whenever I bought it. I did research. It was a very reliable car. It's actually one of the most reliable out there. It's Toyota Camry. And I think I paid $11,000 for that car and had over 100,000 miles on it when I bought it. And I have never had a problem with it. I get the oil changed regularly. The person who had it before me got the oil changed regularly. The mechanic looked it over and said it's in great shape. Had a few dings in it. And do I care? Does it drive any different than a brand new one? Nope. Sure doesn't. I upgraded the radio so that it has CarPlay in it, which I want, and it's paid off. And now I can save that money that I would be paying towards a car. Car payment is a big mistake. A car payment is keeping you broke.
All right, let's get real. If you don't have a budget, you're just winging it with your money. And let me tell you, winging it is exactly why you're broke, stressed, and wondering why there's still a week left when your paycheck runs out. Now, here's the deal. Budgeting is not optional. It's never optional. It's the foundation of not being a total financial disaster. You need to know where your money's going instead of wondering where it went. Start by listing what you make each month, subtracting your essentials like your rent, your food, bills, the important things, and then tackle any of that debt. Pay that off before you even think about doing any of your fun stuff. Your credit card interest isn't going to magically disappear because you wanted to go get brunch. And don't hit me with the, I don't make enough to budget. If you're living paycheck to paycheck, you need a budget even more. Every single dollar matters, and a budget is making sure that you're not throwing away money on random stuff like your subscriptions that you forgot about or your impulse Amazon buys. Stop avoiding it, sit down, track your expenses, pay down your debt, and tell your money where to go. It's not necessarily fun, but neither is being broke.
Amen. Being broke is not fun. And doing budget's not fun either, to be honest. I mean, my wife and I have been doing it for a long time. We're still not good at it, but we do it. And you know why? Because if we don't, then all of it goes somewhere and I don't know where it went. And if we're not tracking it, then it is easy to let those things get away from us. Whereas if we spend a little more than we meant to one month, then we make up for it the next month. It's just the way you have to do it. You can't just put it on a credit card and keep it rolling. You have to have those hard conversations. And sometimes that's what it means. Okay. I mean, there's a reason why marriages end because of money, but I promise it's not because they're doing a budget. It's most likely because they never did a budget and they're paying for it. So what you really need to do is sit down at least once a month and review, what did you spend your money on? What are you going to spend your money on? And allocate those funds. I've said in other videos that I went through the Dave Ramsey baby steps and it really did change my life. Now, do I agree with every single thing that he says? No, and you don't have to either. But directionally, he's spot on. And for somebody who is broke or someone who's living paycheck to paycheck, you need to be doing what he's telling you, even if you don't love it.
This one thing is keeping you from being rich and it's probably happening and you're not aware of it. And that thing is lifestyle creep. But what is lifestyle creep? Lifestyle creep happens when an increase in income leads to an increase in spending on living expenses and non-essential expenses. This happens a lot, especially in your early 20s, especially when you get a new job or you get a raise. The same exact thing happened to me when my salary went from $48K to $62K. I bought a used car at the worst time possible when my other one broke down, and now I have to pay $450 in monthly payments for the next 5 years. And of course, at the time with my income, I was fine with doing so. But ever since I became unemployed in February, I've been finding other ways to make income to be able to pay for this car. If I had saved more money for emergencies, I could have had my Nissan fixed instead of buying another car. And honestly, if my salary hadn't increased, I wouldn't have even thought about buying that car. So this just goes how easy it is to fall into lifestyle creep. When you get a salary increase or more money, you find it easier to spend it rather than save and invest the extra income.
Guys, I did a video about this a couple weeks ago. Lifestyle creep is huge and it is a big deal. And if you do not plan for the extra money that you're going to be getting, because most people do get raises. I mean, you typically get raises as you go. And if you do not plan for where that money's going to go, it will disappear. It will. It always does. So you have to make a plan for that money. And the best plan for that money is to pretend like it's not even there. And so if you got a 3% raise, if you can save an extra 3%, do it, because you're going to be so much better off later in life. You'll be looking back going, I'm so grateful that I made that tough decision then, instead of going and getting that new car, or instead of, going on a trip to wherever with my friends and blowing it. Like, whoops. Definitely don't allow yourself to blow that money, because you can make memories without spending money. Don't allow yourself to fall in that trap either. But if you plan for where that money's going to go and then you execute on that, then you don't even have to think about it. It's just going to be going into savings automatically every month, because you made that plan and you went in and set up a Fidelity account and you started investing every month that extra 3% into FXAIX or some other S&P 500 fund. If you do that, your money's going to grow. And then you are going to be sitting back in 30 years going, man, I've got $1 million in my account and I didn't even really have to do anything. And it's true. It just works. But you have to make those decisions ahead of time.
Man, I'm just driving home from work right now, and I got to thinking about, I got too many hobbies and not enough time or money for them. I want to golf, I want to fish, I want to hunt, I want to work out, I want to play basketball. I mean, number one, I want to spend time with God, I spend time with my wife, and I'm working 40 hours a week at my first job and usually in the weekend with my wife. How do we do this? How do we go through every hobby with little bitty bits of money? Because I'm one, like, whenever I get into a hobby, I want to really maximize that hobby, right? I got nice golf clubs. You know, I got a good gun when I'm hunting. I got a good bow for when I deer hunt. Like, I get good stuff.
Hobbies will definitely keep you poor. It's better to find hobbies that are inexpensive, or at least be okay with not having the best. You don't have to have a brand new set of golf clubs. You can get a good used set of golf clubs. Think about all those alternatives and know that you don't have to have the very best. I'm sure he can hunt with a inexpensive rifle, but it is easy to fall into that trap. So don't let that be something that keeps you broke. You got to make sure that as you're going through life, that whenever you get a new hobby, you don't allow it to suck away all your income. Or you can find things to do that are inexpensive. Like me and some friends of mine got into disc golf. And with disc golf, you buy a $15 disc and you can go play for free at most parks. It's much cheaper than playing regular golf. And there are things like that with many hobbies. Pickleball is another one. You can buy an inexpensive pickleball set and go play, or you can buy a $300 paddle. Does the $300 paddle make a big difference? I don't know, because I don't have one, but I'm not going to find out. So think about those things. These are 5 things that'll keep you broke. Thank you so much for watching today. And if you're into making gains and leveling up your money, your mindset, and your life, then I'd like to ask you to subscribe to the channel. We're trying to grow the channel, and we've been growing, and I appreciate all of you for watching. Thank you for that so much. It means the world to me. So please like and subscribe, make a comment down below. And until next time, let's get it.